Hey, I like that. First downs.
I like that. Welcome, Raider Nation, to Saturday night last call podcast with myself, Jeff,
I'm
my
Chris.
co-host Chris, and as you see, we have a new addition down the other end there. We got Mr. Jason Downs joining us as a third co-host now on Saturday night. So from here on out, it will be the three of us.
Cheers.
So yes,
thank you, guys.
Cheers, Jason.
Appreciate it.
Jason.
I do my coffee promo.
Jason.
Yes, sir.
Cheers.
This guy runs
Cheers.
on Duncan. Cheers, Jason.
Cheers.
Welcome aboard, brother.
Thank you.
So we last week I wasn't here on Saturday night. I came in very, very late, but I was out and about with my Black Hole chapter members. And
on Saturday night.
Chris had Jason on. Yep, Chris has his shirt on tonight. And while I was out, I was watching the show, and I'm like, man, these two are good together. I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to talk to Chris. We should seriously consider maybe bringing Jason on Saturday night. So when the show was done, we talked about it. We were unanimous between the two of us.
It wasn't even a talk. So you said, you said, soon should we read Jason LC up?
Yeah, that's exactly how it went. I said, what do you think about
statement.
adding Jason to Saturday nights? He's like, absolutely. I'm like, okay, we'll talk to him.
There was no debate about it. Unanimous decision. Because Jason, not only is he like a nice looking man, but he also has knowledge. He knows the history, and he knows a lot of things about football and the Raiders. So having him on the show is a compliment to both of us.
Oh yeah, definitely. He'll add so much to it. So all right. So let's check on the chat and then we'll get rolling tonight. So here we go. So first we've got Bueno's in the house. What's up, Bueno? You like that picture, huh? I do too, actually. That came out great.
I did. Nice.
He said the only reason I know it's not real is because Jeff doesn't have a nice coffee in his hand. Yeah, you're right. Cool. Kev's in the house. What's up, Kev? Jason's here and there. Devin from Raider 24 Nation, Little Raiders dad. What's up, brother? How you doing? He texted me about an hour ago. He goes, the district manager took care of the ordering today or this week for his work. He's the manager of like a Family Dollar General or dollar store. And the district manager did the ordering for the store. He goes, normally I order like 700 items. He goes, this guy ordered 3,000 items, and he showed me a picture of the back room. Holy shit. I'm like, oh my God.
Well,
He says pissed right now.
He says off a day, he's sitting on his chair and going to watch the show and talk to us. So
after the video and the pictures he sent me today, yeah, he needed to relax.
He's not working today.
Yeah. What's up, man? What's up, brother?
What's going on? My guy, Dan. What's up, Dan?
Dan's here. What's up, Dan? How you doing, man? So, well, Jason, will formally welcome you aboard. Appreciate you joining us, and I look forward to what we're going to bring with the three of us on a Saturday night going into the season. I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I mean, you'll add so much more to this than just Chris and I sitting here bickering like an old married couple.
I don't know about marriage. I asked for divorce a long time ago. I'm still waiting on it.
I know a good divorce attorney. Just let me know.
Hey, I tried a few weeks ago on Raider Nation Jason's show, but I guess I didn't try hard enough. So.
You didn't file the papers correctly, so
that was definitely spousal abuse. What was happening there?
Love is a powerful word, man. Use it carefully.
Yeah.
So
Raider Rebels in the house now.
Raider Rebels in the house too. What's up, Raider Rebel?
What's up, man?
So how you two doing today? How's your weekend been so far?
Well, to put it mildly, today is my wife's birthday.
So, happy birthday, Mrs. Chris for Raiders.
I don't know how long I'm gonna be on because she gave me that look. You doing a show today? I said, yeah, just for a couple of hours.
So yeah, this is an important one. We're introducing a new member to the team. So yeah.
That's what I told him.
I'm not getting involved in. I
was going to say, well, we're introducing Just Replacement.
Wow. All righty then.
Are you you want to move me over to the middle of the screen so I can break you guys
better?
in?
Yeah, you'll be the referee between. I mean, we had a reverse Oreo going on there for a second, but we'll go this way. You'll be the mediator in between. So I was busy today coming up with the logo, the thumbnail for today, doing up the the highlights for the show tonight and everything, and then making a logo for Jason, and then I updated the intro outro. So as you can see, I added Jason's icon. I changed mine and Chris's to the silver metallic one that we've been using lately. So
all right, hats off. What's going on?
Take your head off. Oh, here we go.
Oh, he's trying to get a screenshot. So
mix into the middle. Follically changed.
Thanks for that, Dan.
Challenge, Sally. Follically challenge. All right. So I figured. I mean, without beating a dead horse with what's going on so far this week and all the big news, I figured, seeing as though it's your wife's birthday, we can probably keep this to just about an hour or so. I can't see.
She don't care. She don't care. She's in there playing her games and stuff. She don't.
I know she doesn't care, and she'll tell you she doesn't care. You haven't been married long enough. You know,
3 weeks down the road. 3 weeks down the road.
I've been married. I've been married 22 years. I know how she thinks.
Well, she'll bring it up. You'll be in the pool with her, and next thing you know, you'll feel somebody pushing you down under the water, and that's going to be her. She's going to remember that when you.
She'll bring up a flat tire from 17 years ago, man. I know what she is.
All right. So first thing, we got training camp. So training camp officially opened. Today's a day off for them. They're not practicing today. They'll be back at it tomorrow, but I believe it's not until Monday before they go into full pads. So Monday's going to be the fun day to see what happens and what's going on. We'll start with Jason. There's a new guy here. We'll give him first dibs. What's your feeling so far on what you're seeing in training camp and the feedback you're getting?
Before you answer, Jason, right quick, I just found out that they had to have 5 days with no pads on practice before they put pads on. That's what I say.
All right, so I thought it was 3 at first.
It's 5.
All right, so that puts it at Monday.
I always thought it was 3 as well, but
that's what I thought. Maybe they changed it.
They've already had, let's see, Thursday, Friday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's 3. Yeah,
no practice.
You're only allowed so many padded practices too. So maybe later down the road they're going to combine a couple of padded practices instead of So it might be a strategy thing. But I always thought it was 3.
That's what I thought, but they said it's 5. Could be wrong. All right, I'm sorry, Coach Aldridge. What was your thought?
Back to the question. What was the question again, Jeff?
Just your feelings on what you've heard and seen from training camp, coaches' feedback, players. I know you keep up on this stuff. I know you watch the videos and press conferences and such.
So the most that I got, the fluidity of the practices, the competition level that has been extended, the work ethic that's being in the team overall. A lot of those things, and past training camps, they all talk about the same thing. There's 32 training camps out there. They're all going to say the same stuff when it's training camp. But there's some hardcore guys that are fighter for us that are there on the boots on the ground. And of course, we've had a couple of our content creators that we socialize with as well that have been there and that have seen the past and seen what's happened as well. And it's organizationally, it's from the top to the bottom, from when they step on the field to when they step off the field, and it's very systematic, on point. It's being coached up. Everybody's on the same page. I know Max Crosby came out and said that because he practices at a certain level, and he expects other people to do it as well, and he's feeling more comfortable with how other guys are putting their cookies in the cookie jar, so to speak. So everybody in the long run is pitching in. Offense is the biggest thing. The biggest takeaway from what I'm gathering so far is the offense and how, one, it's organized. There's no confusion. The the tempo that they're playing at, because that's without pads, that's about the only thing that you could really do is work on your tempo. How it's called, how the the pre-snap during the play, how they get back into the huddle, they move the ball down the field, things like that. How their substitutions are going to occur as it goes on. And I like how they're doing it. They're doing ones versus twos and vice versa. So they'll have the number one offense against the number two defense, and then they'll flip it, the number one defense against the number two offense. And then as the week goes on, then they have the ones and ones kind of compete against each other. So it's a little bit more spirited, a little more graphic, it has a little bit more intensity to it. But like I said, without pads, the biggest thing that they could do is tempo, execution, knowing the plays, knowing your assignments, spacing on the field as the calls come in. One of the things that's really exciting, and we've all experienced this since 2016, 2015, even go back even farther, is why are we snapping the ball with 2 seconds on the clock? With Chip Kelly, that ain't going to happen.
No.
You can start to see we're going to be snapping the ball with 10, 11, 12 seconds on the clock because we're going to be ready. Why wait for the defense to adjust? And one of the things, Von Miller specifically, he's a guy that he always had his eye at that play clock. And when that thing hit 1 second and that ball wasn't snapped, he was taken off because either it's going to be a delay of game or he's going to get in the backfield real quick. So he kind of uses it as an advantage. So we don't need to get to that point. Derek Carr, love him, but man, he overthought it when he come up to the line. Check here, check there. You know what? Just cash the damn check already, would you? Just run the play. So those are some takes that I got from the people that I pay attention to that have been around for years with the organization, that are inside reporters, I guess you can say, people that are more in tune with alumni and what's going on, and speak to the coaches, talk to the players, and they give you the nuggets. That's the key to a lot of these press conferences and stuff. Just check the nuggets, and that'll kind of give you the vibe of what's going on.
Mm. And Chris, what's your feeling?
Well, the way I look at it, what we can see, what they can or allow us to show us, I see the team is moving more spirited. I don't know how I can rephrase that, but they seem like they're enjoying themselves a little bit more than they have been the past few years. It seems like they all are dialed in. They took what Pete said to him, with Spytek, with DC, and Kelly said to them in their meetings. They're dialed in. There's nobody distracted. There's nothing going on. The distraction that was there is now gone. Nothing to worry about that anymore. Everything's like now, everything should be smooth. You got He's allowing players to compete at every position. Just because you're a rookie don't mean you can't compete. He even said that at his press conference. You're not going to compete? Get out of here.
Yeah.
You got the rookies playing with the first strings. You got the second string playing like Jason said. Everybody gets a chance, which I don't think we had that before with the last, or at least the one before regime. He said, well, you're a rookie. You don't get to play. No. He says, you're a football player, you get to play. I don't care your status. I don't care if you've been in 6 months or you've been in 6 years. You're playing. If you beat the other guy out, that's good. That's what I like. That's what I'm seeing is a competition. He's mixing and matching everybody in the fold. So I like it.
What? You good? I thought you were going to say something more. I'm sorry.
That's it. I like it.
I agree with both your takes. I know last night, Chris, you and I played the video of the press conference with after the practice yesterday with Pete Carroll. And that press conference, if you haven't watched any of his presses except for that one, if you didn't walk away from that having extreme confidence in what his ability is with this team and what he's done so far, I mean, that was a feel-good conference, press conference. I know we've kind of beat the horse to death with Wilkins, but I'm bringing it up again only because more stuff came out today. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys both saw that. but that's supposed to be rehab, not rehab. Hang on. You can correct that. Because other than that, I'm an idiot. So here we go. You be quiet in the background back there. I can hear you. There's reports that he was a distraction to teammates. They haven't said who, but I guess he got into a scuffle with one of them, with somebody that came out today, or some sort of argument, but they haven't said who it was. I don't know if there's been any rumors as to who it was. I haven't heard any names come out. I'm sure that will come out fairly soon. So basically, by them letting him go, it seems even more validated now, because he was a distraction in the locker room, wasn't doing what was asked of him with rehab, refused to do the surgery for the second time in May. So, I mean, he was writing his own ticket out the door, is basically what it comes down to. Do you guys feel any different now that you know a little bit more information, that there's more behind the scenes with this, which kind of gives the team more validation to terminating him? We'll start with Chris.
You know, I'm not a big believer in rumors. Rumors, just that's what it is, rumors. Yeah. Until something comes out and what happened, because they report that about a few months ago. Mitchell Rentz, I think, reported that something weird happened there. So that we don't know. He mentioned him, and that was it. So nobody came out and said anything. The beat writers didn't say anything about it till today. One person said it. So it could be true. It could not be true. But if it is true, then he just what? Did one surgery, dancing in Crocs, and then beef with players. That's 3 strikes. And according to California law, 3 strikes, you're going back to prison. So in this case, he got kicked out.
He's in Vegas.
Jason, I'm talking about. And Reza said, nothing. But Pete Carroll's a no nonsense head coach. You don't need the crap. You don't need all this madness. Your teammates can play. You can have fun. But when it comes to the scuffles, fighting, or whatever happened, we don't know yet. That's a distraction to the rest of the team. And Pete Carroll sent a clear message that we're not going to have this nonsense here. So we'll find out what happened. Now I'm finished.
Raider Rebel I'm going to spin off of his take real quick. He's in that ballpark where I'm at the same point with the information that I have is it's not necessarily was there a conflict between players or coaches. That may be a possibility. We don't know. But if you listen, remember I talked about nuggets earlier. We strive for commitment to excellence on and off the field. Mm-hmm. Right? Okay, so there's a nugget there. So there's something else there. For all we know, he had tickets to Coldplay, all right? And got caught on the kiss cam with somebody he shouldn't have.
Jesus Christ.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For all we know.
It was only a matter of time before somebody used that in context in a show this week, and I think you're the first one.
Yeah.
I
haven't heard anybody else say it yet.
The one thing that our followers for the Last Call podcast, a lot of times I just cut to the chase. I mean, it is what it is. But getting back to where we're with the Christian Wilkins thing is, and I'm going to say it, and I don't know how the rest of the Raider Nation said it. I love the way this was handled.
Yes.
From the bottom to the top. It was. They've moved on. And Pete Carroll has always been good at the podium. Always has been good at, let's go back to when he didn't run the ball in the Super Bowl, right? And everybody got on to him about that. Nip it in the bud. I take responsibility for it. It's over.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. And that's what he did yesterday. And that's what he did yesterday. The very first question in that press conference was about Wilkins. He answered it within 30 seconds. It was done. Moved on to the next question. It never came up again other than the context of who's in competition to take his spot. That's the only time that Wilkins' name was mentioned again in that press conference yesterday. So he addressed it, moved on. We're done with that. Don't ask again. And that's it. Anything else that comes out now is going to be from the team, from a press release. It's not going to come from him. And I'm sure if people ask him questions, he's going to say, "We've moved on from that. That's a done issue."
That's done. Yeah.
And the best organizations that run their stuff the right way, they won't give their context of what happened. Leave it. We're moving on. Okay. Now, if the player wants to come out and say, "Well, the Raiders did this and the Raiders did that,"
that's up to him.
Yeah, that's up to him. And to be quite honest with you, instead of playing tattletale against each other, if I the Raiders, like, all right, that's his opinion. That's his opinion. But we have facts and things that lead us to believe that by us dismissing him, and we rightfully terminated his contract without pay due to just cause.
Yep.
There's always that just cause in that contract. So as we continue on down the road, hopefully by Monday, man, we don't even have to talk about this. We're done with Christian Wilkins. Go.
Yeah.
You want to go play for Kansas City? Go ahead. Who gives a shit at this point?
I only brought it up because a little bit more info came out since Chris and I were on last night and we did our show. So I'm like, I just wanted to bring that part up, that it gave justification, to why the team did what they did.
Yeah, and some of that had come out that the next day. Some of that kind of wishy-washy stuff was spreading through.
There'll be more that'll trickle out as time.
Yeah, some will come out eventually, but for right now, the Raider organization is getting a tight lip on it. If anything even happened, they ain't saying nothing. They're not going to say anything because that's another distraction. Soon something come out, all reporters, everybody going to go in there and ask them a bunch of questions about it, and they don't want to do that. Pete Carroll got one focus and get this team together, get them ready to play football. That's all he's focused on.
Yeah,
So,
just want to shout out to who jumped in since we started. So you got PNW Marks in the house. Detroit God is here.
Detroit.
My guy Jay from Just Raiders Baby is here now. There was another one. Money Chuck stepped in. What's up, brother? How you doing? Matt Marinovich. What's up, Matt?
Raider Rebel.
OG
Raider. Welcome.
Yeah, he was here from the get-go.
Was he?
Call him out.
Yeah.
Pigs is here. What's up, man? Where was it? Something that came up back here that I wanted to highlight.
Yeah, just right quick.
Rebel said it because I've been right on the same page as Rebel for the longest time with Caleb Rogers. I am even more confident now that I think this kid, once we start hitting this week, this kid's gonna move up, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna talk about being a dead horse. It's gonna be me petitioning for him to come in.
Week 2 of preseason.
I think it will definitely be preseason. At first, I was like by the bye week, but it's been moving up, in my opinion. But I think it's going to come even sooner.
And there's nothing that they throw at that kid that he can't handle. He's been taking it lockstep. Yeah. It's kind of like what happened with Glaze last year. It was like the kid. I mean, we tell him ABC, come out the next day. He's ABC in practice.
Yeah,
he's following that. You're right. He's following that same path, and I think that also might have a lot to do with the fact that if he's getting first team reps, look who's on the left and who's on the right of him. The 2 rookies from last year, and they're going to help guide him because if they already realize that he's as good as everybody thinks he is, they're going to want him out there with them. So that's going to help him too. Yeah, Chuck.
You think about you said that second year and 2 second-year guys, on either side. You would think that they want to keep that up because these are the young guys. This is the future of the Raiders. You want to get that continuity. You want to know, like I said, Jeff, you play line, so you know what your right side is going to do in a certain situation, and your left side is going to do in a certain situation. That on top of their head, they have to think about it. They're like, I know what he's going to do. So once they get that continuity together and they start playing, they're gonna be also offensive line. I mean, I can see that. Yo, quick news. Quick note, right quick. In case you haven't heard that your old boy Jack Jones, he signed with the Dolphins today.
Did he?
Yep. This is a quick note. That's all. We're done with it.
I could just picture him and Tyree Hill out on a party boat in the Miami Harbor.
Probably. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
So what do I see in Rodgers that you think he can take over the starting position? I just think when you see somebody, I think when I go back and watch his college film, because that's pretty much all we have other than in shirts and helmet and shorts. I mean, you can't really go by that as well. But I think he's got good footwork. His game film that I watched a little bit of while he was in college and just reading up on him. And this kid, he's a big kid too. He's no little lightweight out there like Parham that's going to get pushed around. Yeah, he'll have a learning curve at first because he's going against some big defensive tackles and ends in the NFL. It's going to be a little tough love for him out there, but I think he's going to excel. And I just don't have any trust in Kappa. I'm sorry. I don't know what you two think, but I just everybody's.
I think we got Kappa 3 years too late.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. If he came to us a couple years ago, it'd probably be better. He did play injured all last season. That's no excuse, but he's a vet. He's a vet on offensive line. He can help the young guys out. But I'd say he probably started the first 2 games of the season, maybe, and then he's out.
Yeah,
he's out.
But in all fairness, that Cincinnati Bengals offensive line last year, it was horrible. You could have put Jason Kelce on that offensive line, and everybody would have said Jason Kelce sucks. That's how bad they were.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. Been bad for years, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with Matt. I think that's the only reason why is because he had a connection with Brady and a connection with Spytech.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
but that's not a bad reason.
No, it's not. It's not.
That's not a bad reason.
We would have been better off getting him after he was done playing with Brady.
Yeah.
Not after he went to Cincinnati. Had the worst career year ever for him.
Yeah.
But again, how much of that really was just him, though? I mean, that team was just god awful.
I think the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line had a lot to do with that.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
So
they can have Jack Jones. I'm sorry.
That's funny. Hey, with this right here, Jack Jones was the MVP of our training camp last year.
Yeah, and how'd that work out for him?
That wasn't all that good.
All right, Ken. That's about as good as going 4-0 in the preseason when we used to play 4 games.
Oh, yeah.
And you start the season off 0-4. No momentum. Done.
Yeah.
That's why people will be like, "Oh, we're 4-0 in preseason. Who gives a shit? It's preseason. You're playing bums against bums, guys that aren't even going to make the roster for the most part."
Some coaches love when the preseason. They want to go undefeated in the preseason. Man, I don't know why. It doesn't count for anything. Merle's better than Kappa. Yeah.
Physical the last couple of days and the pads aren't even.
Yeah.
Just wait till the pads come on and. Yeah.
Yeah, he played a little bit
too. I think Meredith is better than Kappa too. I think Kappa's older. He's lost a step.
Yeah, Parham's better than Kappa.
Okay, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, that's pretty low right there.
Yeah. All right, so I guess the next thing we'll move on to is DBs. Are we weak at defensive back or are we so? Like, do you guys honestly think that that's our weakest position right now on the defensive side?
I honestly don't think it's the weakest part. It's so. The thing is that we got 2 really good safeties, and depending on Bennett, what he does, I think we'd be all right. And then you got Porter out there. They say he's out there balling. And then they had the Cameron Richardson playing first string reps. Well, Pete Carroll does it anyway. He puts you in the first string and second string, so he can rep you on both sides, on both teams. I just want to make sure we won't have another Jack Jones or Marcus Matt or Peterson out there, where you don't want to tackle. It seems like they got the guys who can tackle. even Eric Stokes, they all can tackle. They can hit you. That's what we need. We lacked that for years. The tackling on DBs because they're going to have to tackle eventually. Not just to the wide receivers, but the tight ends and the running backs that come out the backfield. They got to put their body on body. Pause. But they got to tackle. And look like these guys can tackle, according to the highlights. Bennett wasn't a good tackler, but I think he should get better. Richardson last year was thrown in a hot seat because everybody was hurt. So he struggled. But what rookie's not going to struggle as a D-back in the league? Because you remember JB, Corey Bennett, he struggled his first. He got out there. Then he improved the second year. So I don't think it's the weakest. I think they improved from over last year. So we'll see how it goes when we get them pads on.
I'm not laughing at you. We left the door open too long when we came in about a half hour ago. So 3 fucking big ass fucking flies got in the house. It's walking across the top of my laptop, and then it went down in front of the camera. So if you saw that gray image pop up in the corner up here, it's the fucking fly walking in front of the camera. It's up there right now. I'm just watching. If I reach for it, it's gonna take off. So
yeah.
Fucking bastards. I gotta get them when we're done with this show tonight.
All right. You want my take on the secondary?
Yeah, go for it.
I think you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised at how much better they are.
I hope so.
I think it's going to be vastly improved compared to last year. But then again, anything could be better than what we had last year. But I see this year, what I'm looking at from the totality of it is there's 7-8 guys in that secondary that are buying into Pete Carroll's way of doing things. They're putting the effort in, the size, the speed, the intangibles that we need for our secondary are all there. Everything is there, Now it's just a matter of building day by day, going out, competing, getting better, and we'll start to see it. The game that I'm looking forward to seeing if our secondary improved the most isn't the first 2 games. It's that Washington game. When you have a quarterback that's so elusive, that is springing loose all the time, are they disciplined with their coverage? Are they coming off coverage too soon, allowing him to throw it over their head? Stuff
you're
like
not
that.
worried about the Monday night game against San Diego against the Chargers?
Nah, that team.
McConkey?
No, not so much the passing game. I mean, yeah, you got McConkey. I'll give you that. And they're going to make throws against us. But the biggest concept, because of the way the Chargers like to do things and their philosophy, is stopping the run, keeping them down and distance that plays to our advantage.
That's the point Jason is making. I just thought about what he's saying. I'm sorry to cut you off, but yeah, because those scrambling quarterbacks, a lot of times those DBs will come off coverage because that's what Mahomes does. He'll move around and come on coverage, try to get Mahomes, but he stayed behind on scrimmage, didn't throw the ball. Right. That's the discipline that they have to have, and Pete Carroll probably instilled that. Say, hey, just because he's moving around, let the other guys worry about the quarterback come past the line of scrimmage. You stay on your man until he crosses the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
That's what you're saying. And
that's where bringing Jamal Adams in helps, because Jamal Adams' run fits and his discipline in the when a play breaks down is going to really help us in that. My fingers crossed with Jamal Adams is can he stay healthy? That's it. Everything, if he could just be 3/4 of what he was 4 years ago, when he was with the Jets, and then even his first year with the Seahawks, if he could just be 3/4 of the intangibles, bring that to us, and then stay healthy, that is a win-win free agent pickup right there for us. And that's gonna be when we play Kansas City and when we play Washington. Those quarterbacks that like to manipulate the pocket, move the pocket outside bail out and then make the throws, looking to throw the ball on the run type quarterbacks. That's when he's going to pay dividends because he's savvy about that, you know. So I just worry about Porter or DeCam Richardson, the younger guys, because they're so eager to make a play at such a younger age that sometimes it's just a matter of just play the play. Don't try and do anything outside that play, So that's kind of what I'm looking for. But my overall take on it is you guys are going to be pleasant. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised at how much better that secondary is.
Again, I hope so.
Compared to last year, it can't get any worse. I tell you that right now.
No. I feel like we got a little bit more depth. I don't know if you guys agree or not. I think we got a little bit more depth than what we had last year. I mean, last year we were forced to play guys that shouldn't have been in positions they were in. So guys were playing out of position. And if they were small enough, fast enough, and they were one body, it's like I felt like we were throwing them out there.
Yeah.
Injuries.
Well, they got these big, fast DBs now. Like
it's a whole different style, I think, of
who can't tackle.
Yeah.
Last year we didn't have that. These DBs, some didn't tackle well. Jaquan Bennett, Jack Jones, they really didn't tackle that well. Then we have Marcus Matador Peterson. He didn't even touch the guy. He let guys run right past him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think these DBs, especially with Chin and Paulo, those guys like to hit. I mean, they thrive on hitting people. So those guys going to hit. So that's going to inspire the other DBs to do the same thing. You got there, tackle the guy.
Matt saying that Harbaugh wants to force the running game, which won't happen. His running backs are not working out right now. And then to follow that up, Rebel says, did you all see Omarion Hampton get his ass whooped by the sled? I know I did not see that, but
I didn't see that either. But
he get his ass launched back.
Oh, wow.
That's not good.
No. Navman's in the house. What's up? Nutty Nate's in the house. What's up, guys? SoCal Sal's in the house. What's up?
Hey, SoCal, what's up?
All right, so you guys feel a little bit better about the secondary then. So
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Well, I guess another thing that came out today too is I guess they're listing now Jamal as a linebacker now because that's where he's been practicing. That's where he's been running with that squad.
Yeah,
since they brought him in, so it looks like he's going to be there instead of in the secondary.
He'll be that hybrid.
He'll be that hybrid.
Yeah.
There you go, Jason.
Well, that just shows you how talented he still is, too.
Which is really really helpful in the 4 wide receiver sets. Have that hybrid guy that can cover the underneath. He's still got the foot speed and the lateral quickness to cover underneath. But yet, if it converts to a run play, he can stuff the run too.
Yeah, Peterson played the Ole defense. Yeah, he did. As long as they're not a team full of fucking D'Angelo Halls back there, I'll be happy.
Oh, my God.
God. Hampton bounced up the sled, and Najee Harris messed up his eye. That's right. Yeah, I forgot about the eye injury with Najee, too. That's right. Dumbasses.
Yeah, I'm reading reports that Las Vegas are moving Jamal Adams from safety to weak side linebacker to will, I guess you want to call that.
Linebacker, yeah.
Yeah, the will linebacker. According to
Actually, he did say that yesterday that he was going to be seriously considering about putting him in the will spot.
And that'd be good.
It fits his natural playing style.
Yeah, like you say, he can do a play at will, stop the run, and he can cover. Yeah. Maybe some of those tight ends we have problems with because we have a lot of problems with tight ends.
Based on Rebels, go ahead.
Right.
Based on Rebels' comment, and they were Raider fans saying we should take Hampton over Genty. Think about it. So if Hampton's really not that strong to the point where he's getting beat up by the fucking sled, that's number one. And then the other one everybody was talking about, me included, I will say that, Judkins from Ohio State. That's 2 guys right there that one may not even play for the NFL based on what happens with him with his issue that he's got going on. That's an off the field issue, and he's not even under contract with Cleveland right now. So who knows what's going to happen with him? Is he even going to play this year? Are they even going to sign him now? Are they just going to outright just waive his rights, and then someone's going to either he re-enters the draft? I don't know how that would work at this case. I don't know the legalities on what he's got for opportunity to get back into the NFL. And besides that, they're going to end up suspending him.
They have to.
It's domestic abuse. The NFL does not take that lightheartedly.
Nope.
He will be fined. He will be suspended.
They have to.
So.
So basically, we got 2 bullets.
Yeah.
2 bullets.
So I guess I'm glad we got Genty now.
Yeah.
Are you? Say it with a smile.
I am at this point because the other running backs either aren't working, don't seem like they're going to make it. Well, not make it, but they're not as good, obviously. And 2 off-field issues. This is the last thing we need, especially this team. We've had enough of that shit.
Yeah, because I saw Genty destroy that damn sled in practice. Like, God damn, dude, take it easy. It's just a sled. He hit that sled like he stole his lunch money. Like, okay, Genty, calm down.
Yeah. Bueno says the Chargers running back room is cursed.
That's good.
Man got that work from the sled like it was his first day.
Fine with me.
Oh, Jenkins definitely going to get suspended. He's.
Yeah. He has to.
He is the flying fire hydrant who knows how to not get tackled.
That's a good one right there.
Yeah, that's good. Good one, Matt.
Yep. And that's just it. That's what he was touted as coming out too. Is that he's untackleable. Which, if that is still true to the case, and when he's in the NFL and playing in games, that's automatically going to make the offensive line statistically look better because he's making his own plays. You know what I mean? So it's automatically going to change that offensive ranking on that front line because of his ability to do what he does. Which I think will relax the offensive line a little bit more too. To be honest with you.
What kind of run backs I like? I think Gentry is going to be one of those guys that beat up tackles. You know what I mean? When they get tackled, they don't go down easy, but they also, you want to try to tackle them, they're going to hit you too. They inflict pain. Yeah, like Jacobs did a couple of times. Like, okay, I see you got to tackle me, but you're going to feel this tackle when I hit you.
Yeah, like Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Derrick.
He comes running at you full speed. He's going to go through you. Bo Jackson was the same way too. He's going to go through you. He's not going to juke and jive you.
No,
Marcus Allen with Barry Sanders. Those guys are going to try and avoid you.
Yeah. So what's that guy named Earl Campbell?
Yeah.
He looked for the tackles. Hey, come on.
He wanted to hit.
Genty's best attribute is how he eludes the tackle. His ability to shake off the tackle at the point of contact is second to none. How he does it. It's very similar to. Not comparing him to him, but it's very similar to how Barry Sanders used to do it. That upon contact, he's separating. He's getting off that tackle before the guy could wrap him up or get a hook on him. And that in and of itself is going to prolong his career because he's not looking to run through the guy or, bite down a little bit harder on his mouthpiece and take a guy head on. It's more of the contact happens and then he's getting off of it real quick. Then you go back to like his college tape. I'll use his college tape as an example. There was times where the contact was he meet the linebacker or the strong safety in the hole, and he's already off the tackle, and you still see the guy going like this, like he's wrapping him up, and there's nobody there. He's already gone.
The way he moves his body when he gets tackled, he's not taking a full on tackle. Mm-hmm. He's only taking maybe 30% of the hit, if that, and he bounces off and keep going.
Yeah. All right, so we're staying on the defensive side here. So we already know our defensive ends are obviously set in stone. Kuntz on one side, you're going to have Max on the other. So now that Wilkins is gone, it's basically open competition at the defensive tackle as to who's going to take. We already know Adam Butler's on one side. So now it's who's going to fill that void for Christian Wilkins to be our everyday or every play type guy? Like, who do you guys see, or who do you two think that's going to have the best option to step in and take on that role and be that guy?
Go ahead, Jason.
All right, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Thanks. The guy in the middle. So the message coming out of camp, and a lot of it, and this isn't just coming from coaches, but there's another guy that we trust a great deal in his opinion as well, is Jonah Lalu. And he's proved. Now, we ain't got the pads on, but we also have game tape of him last year on our team and some of the things that he did. And there was some spark in that kid. He made some plays for us last year. And the exciting part about it is he was playing without Max Crosby. Now, if he gets to play with Max Crosby, is it going to open him up a little bit more? Is it going to give him more definition in that three gap to where he can, because let's face it, if Max is lined up on the weak side with no tight end on his side, that guard is going to have to help that tackle. And if Jonah Lalu is up on the guard, maybe in the A gap or head up, is he going to be able to beat that single block before he slides off over to help with Max? So, but what I've seen and what I've heard with Jonah Lalu is they're super impressed with the way up to the point I think releasing that might have played a part in releasing Christian Wilkins.
It made it easier, you think?
Yeah, exactly. I would say the same thing. They got these D tackles through draft and free agency, and plus last year the guys they have. They said, well, losing Christian Wilkins won't kill us. It won't hurt. But
and Peggy, I'll lean on Peggy a little bit. His athleticism has shined in training camp so far. Obviously, no pads, but those are some things that you can still see without pads. What's his athleticism like? Is he quick of foot? Is he how's he using his hands? What's his leverage? Because his body leverage is going to be the same with or without pads. Is he standing up? Is he keeping his pad level and eye level in the proper positions? Putting himself in a position where he can defeat the block if he needs to.
Yeah.
That's he's another one that he shined, but I'm gonna go back to Jonah Lalu. I think, and this is Max Crosby has even come out and said that, wow,
yeah, he did.
This is somebody I need to take under my wing and help along, because he's really doing it. He's really putting in the work and showing that he has that ability.
Well, who's?
I'm gonna say. Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say.
Go ahead. My bad.
I was gonna say Leaky Fotu looks to me like he might be.
Hey, you said his name right.
Yeah, because I'll read what Matt says. Matt says Leaky Tofu on Fotu. I still say tofu. But anyway, what I see the Raiders gonna do, maybe I'm wrong, but they're gonna rotate these guys in and out. One guy might get more snaps than the other, but they're gonna keep that D line fresh. Leaky Fotu, I think is gonna be a day one starter. Then Lalu comes in, and then maybe Pegas refreshes Butler. So I think they're gonna rotate a lot of these guys in and out, keep them fresh. So, but start, I say Fotu.
Just to answer your question, there, Silver Smoke. Jason's not streaming to his. I don't think he wants.
I don't have a live channel.
Yeah, well, yeah, you'd have. I don't know how many followers you got. You got over 60, don't you?
I got a lot for the car. Most of that's from my car.
It doesn't matter. It could be from anything. It could be from videos of you playing with a doll.
Play what?
With his dolls.
What you just say?
His dolls.
They're not dolls, they're action figures.
I'm sorry. I take that back.
Boys don't
wait
play
a minute.
with dolls.
Action figures, do they bend at the elbow or are they just stiff arms?
We played action. No, they had the karate, the kung fu grip.
Kung Fu grip.
Here, I'll throw my link. I'm going to throw my link in the chat. It'll be on Jeff's side. Or I think I'm on Jeff's side. Yeah, I'm on Jeff's side of the channel. So link is in the chat. Basically, all this on there is stuff with my car.
I know. Here it is. Let me do this.
Send it to me right quick. Put it in the private, so I'll put it on my channel too.
I'll post it to yours right now. I'm just doing it to all the channels. I just did it.
Okay.
I know OG asked a question earlier, but we weren't really on that subject yet. We are now. He asked about if we seen the video or any game film of what the hell's the name? Who's the guy from Tennessee? What's his last name? Colburn.
DeAndre Colburn.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, is he going to be in the mix? You think? Do you think he's got a shot at being in that mix, or he's still too fresh to the team to really have a judgment on that?
Well, he came from.
He's got good tape.
He came from Texas, and that 3 years ago they had that hell of a defensive line. I thought we should have drafted one of them guys from Texas on D line. So he looks. We'll see.
Yeah, he's got really good college tape.
Yeah,
really good college tape. I don't know what happened in Tennessee that got him to be cut. What the deal was, but
I think
sometimes was it injury?
It was hurt. He was hurt most of last year.
Right.
But I don't know why they cut him because it was hurt. Because a lot of players get hurt. But Tennessee's a bad organization. Sorry, is he in here? Banks, but. Yeah, well, Tyree's situation is now or never. That's it for him.
With the departure of Christian Wilkins, though, that opens the door for a lot of competition. These guys, they should be, even Tyree, he should be like, you know what? This is going to be my chance. I got to step up and take that position, own it.
Yeah.
And same with Pagee, same with
Tonka Hemingway.
Yeah, Fotu, Lalalu, all those guys. They should be they should be just slobbering right now to get that position.
Yeah, don't forget about Tonka. He's a truck.
Tonka Hemingway, he's another one. It's like the door's open, guys. It's up to you to go and get it.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. Well, because right now we've got a tank and a Tonka on this team on the defense. So you got Hank Booker and Tonka Hemingway. So those two guys alone should just be out there destroying shit just based on their names. So, Silver Smoke, to answer your question about Jason, tonight's our first night. Jason is now part of the regular host, one of our co-hosts. So it's going to be the three of us on Saturday nights going forward now. So he filled in for me last week because I had a prior engagement, and the show was awesome.
You did a hell of a job.
Yeah, and I mentioned to Chris after the show, I said, hey, what do you think about adding Jason? And I barely got the words out of my mouth, and he's like, yes. So here he is, folks. He's with us.
Well, when you called me and told me that you won't be there Saturday, you might not be there because of time constraints. And he asked me, you gonna do a show? I said, yeah, I'll do a show, for Coles. I said, I'm thinking about it. And then before he even said it, I said, I'm going to ask Jason, do you want Coles with me? And that was it. That was done. That's history.
And I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, man, for coming in and helping me out. And now we got a show together. Awesome.
I told you a long time ago, Jason, I said, I'm going to get you on a regular show on a regular basis. Didn't I say that a long time ago? And guess
you
what?
You kind of predicted that, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to give you too much credit.
I told you were gonna.
This guy right here helped me out a lot. This guy right here. Yeah, and Navman too. Navman let me come on his show too.
What guy left you out? Who you pointing at? Jason, Jeff or me?
Who am I pointing at?
You're pointing at me right now. If you're pointing at Jeff.
You're right.
All the pre-draft shows that we did.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did the You My General Manager. That's right.
Yeah.
That was fun. You can do it again.
Let's see.
Is Jack Kennett in the building?
Yeah, he is. I just said
there he is.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jack. What's up, brother?
Anybody that didn't get a chance to see the thumbnail today, so this is what the thumbnail looks like behind us right now. Oh, let me get that banner off of there too. Boom. Get that one off for a second. So that's what I came up with today. So notice, seeing as though I don't drink anymore, it worked out perfect when it did it. It didn't put a drink in my hand. So I'm like, that's perfect. I'm gonna go with that one. And it kind of does, really. I mean, Jason, it definitely looks like you, and same with Chris. Me, not so much, but
You look like you. You look like you.
So, and as you can see in the TV, we're winning. Well, we won the game. And the bartender's ringing the last call bell. So it's perfect. So you two drink up. We're going to get out of there. I like it. I think it came out.
I love it. I actually love it. It's one of the best works you did so far.
I think so, too. I think that came out the best out of any of the ones I've done.
Cheers. But I'm still upset, though, because Jason got beer glass in me. I'm kind of mad about that.
Hey, I could have put a Patriots or a 49ers one in your hand.
That glass of beer would last me probably 2 hours. I'm not a big beer drinker, man.
Back when I used to drink, that pint glass would have lasted me about
30 seconds.
Gone.
Yeah.
I would have just pounded that thing and be like, another now. Those are the stunt doubles and thumbnail version.
You're funny, SoCal. Really funny. Love you, brother.
This one, yeah, that's the one I want.
I'm surprised my Bueno's not on Kick, man. Usually on there all the time. Bueno, why you not on Kick? Oh, matter of fact, I don't have my Kick up yet. Hold on.
Yeah, Kenna has a good one right there. It's just too bad you couldn't AI Dunkin' Donuts in your hand.
Oh, I'm sure I could have. I just didn't think of doing something like that. That would have worked too. Yeah. So, but instead I can do it in reality. It's right here. I stuck another full large in the fridge too.
Hey, what was that guy's name that played with Michael Landon? And that he was on Little House on the Prairie with them, and then he also played in that. His last name was French. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of his name.
Let's see.
Stuart French, was it?
No, not Stuart.
Was Merlin Olsen on Little House on the Prairie? I know Merlin Olsen used to do the FTP flower commercial.
Yeah, he was in there.
Yeah,
he was
on there.
It wasn't like a big thing, but yeah, he was on there.
Maybe it was Merlin Olsen.
Let's see. Merlin Olsen was on there, and then there was another guy that was on there.
It's funny because he played such a big softy on TV and everything, but in reality, when he played, he was one of the most vicious guys out there too. Funny. Victor French.
Victor French. That's who it was. I
remember Mr. French from oh God, what the hell was that TV show?
But if you pull Victor French up on the internet, then look at his picture and then look at your picture.
Look at mine?
Yeah.
Now you're gonna make me do this. Oh my God, I know what you're talking about now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of similarities.
Oh, I don't know, man. What do you think?
Yeah.
Let's see what we get.
That's a young picture of him. You got to go to.
Well, he didn't look too.
The one with the A's hat on. No, the one with the A's hat on and on at the bottom there. Yeah, There you go.
Yeah.
See a lot of similarities there.
Was he on? He must have been on Touched by an Angel too. Wasn't that the other show?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Which is funny because they actually filmed part of that right here where I live, just outside, about 10 miles up the road.
He said, "Stop insulting Victor French."
Who said that?
That's so cow.
Wow.
Oh man, that's funny.
That wasn't nice. That kind of who is that? It's Victor French, you know. Pardon, Mr. Edwards. Victor French played
Captain Lou Albino? Nah, I don't think so.
Gord used to have a crush on Nellie Olson. She was such a bitch.
I'll tell you what, I just watched the series on Netflix the last 2 days. I finished it earlier today called Hunter Wives. It's got Brittany Snow in it from Pitch Perfect. And then, oh man, it's got some hot ass chicks in it. And they're always naked too. But it was good. It was an eight episode series. I don't know if they're coming out with another season or not, but it was pretty damn good, man. So Rebel says he wants to see Tank make this team.
Me too.
They got a lot of D tackles on this team. So,
well, how many D tackles will we take? Because we'll probably take 4 D ends.
I think 5,
2, 4, 6. We got 8 on the roster right now.
Right.
We got
so I'm looking maybe 5 or 6, maybe that will carry on the roster.
I'm going to read them off to you real quick here. And what's his name? Coburn's not even on this list right now. So there's Adam Butler and Lecky Fotu are listed as the left and right starters right now. On the number 2 depth chart, you got Zach Carter on the left, Tonka Hemingway on the right. Then it's JJ Pegues and Jonah Luau as the 3rd string. And then 4th, it's Tank Booker and Trevin Maye. That's who's listed right now. So we got 8 listed right there, and again, that doesn't include Colburn.
Yeah. I don't think Zach makes the team.
I don't either.
If he's going to be team, why would they bring in somebody else? You know.
Yeah. Well, they brought in somebody else because we got rid of Chris Wilkins. So.
Yeah, I know, but it did, but still had another D tackle there they could use. But apparently, I don't know.
I don't think Tonka Hemingway is going to get cut. 4th round pick. They're not going to let him go. I think he's going to be around, and I think Pegues is going to stick too because of his size and the presence that he could bring to that front line.
And he's athletic too. On top of that,
he can block on the extra points and field goals.
So I see Zach Carter gone. I see Trevin gone. Tank gone. I think Lecky Fotu is probably going to fall back a bit, and I think it's going to be Jonah Luau that's probably going to jump up based on what Pete Carroll said yesterday. I mean, he likes what he sees with him.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see. Again, once once everything comes to a head next week, when we start smacking each other with pads on and everything, this depth chart's going to stop moving and flexing for sure. Guys are going to move around.
Yeah, people are going to start getting nicked up, banged up.
Yeah.
Shit like that's going to start happening.
And this depth chart is updated as of July 24th. So, yeah, Coburn wasn't even on the team at that point yet. So that's why he's not on here. Let me refresh that, see if it changed. No, so he's still not listed. So someone's going to be odd man out. And same thing with if we go on the offensive side, wide receivers, man, we got a shit ton of wide receivers.
Yeah.
I mean, we got 3, 6, 9, 12. We got 12 fucking wide receivers on this roster right now.
And we carry 5. We carry 5 total.
Probably 5. Yeah.
Yeah. So that means Jacoby, Thornton, Betch, Tucker, Tommy Malott.
But he won't be on the wide receiver room. He's gonna be in special teams room probably. But I don't know how they're gonna list him. But he might be a wide receiver.
He's gonna be on the. He's gonna be on the wide receiver room. I can't see him being just relegated to the.
As much as I like Tommy Malott, I have a feeling he's going to be practice squad. I don't think he's going to be on the 53-man roster right away.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He's got too big of a learning curve.
Rebel asked, "Who's the guy behind you all?" Bueno says it's Connor Bradley at his new job.
Oh man. Let's see. Alex Batman, Phil Dorsett.
What's funny is if I move over just a little bit and lift up, my head kind of fits right there where the.
What's up, Jason Marshall? Welcome to the show, man. Thanks
What's up, Jason?
We appreciate that. Make sure you get over to both channels, mine and Chris's. Jason's is listed in the chat also. I'll put it up here again too.
Yeah, I go like Jason Marshall said Cool Kev said, he'd probably be a scout quarterback. And then one that runs around a lot. That's probably gonna be his thing.
I don't see them putting him on the practice squad though. I think he's gonna be on the active roster.
You think?
He has to be, actually. He has to be because he's gonna be he's our kick return. He has to be on the active roster.
If he's gonna be our kick returner, then yeah, I can see make him 53.
He is. Right now, he's listed as the number one kick returner with Dylan Lobby as number 2 and Chris Collier as 3. And he's also the backup punt returner behind Trey Tucker. Now, if Tucker doesn't make the roster, then guess what? Malott's doing both double duty. He's doing punt and kick.
That's a
slight
possibility with Trey Tucker.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are saying that Trey Tucker's not going to get cut. He's going to make the team. I don't know. I mean, again, so as it is right now, the 3 starters on wide receiver are Thornton, Myers, and Tucker. And then it's Malott, Betch, and Colin Johnson are the second stringers. And Beck's behind Tucker, so that easily could be a youth movement right there. No, I know Trey Tucker hasn't been in the league that long, but it's still considered a youth movement. It's 2 years younger. You know, is he faster? Probably no, not faster than Trey Tucker. That's the one thing Tucker's got is his speed. He doesn't have the size. That's his downfall.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the speed, fucking fast, but
yeah, but Besh is a football player.
Yes, he is.
I just hope at the next level he continues that pathway of just being that. He's just a football player. He's not going to blow you away with speed, but hustle, route discipline, catching the ball.
He's clutch receiver. Yeah.
One of the most important. You can be fast. You can be as fast as hell, but the number one thing that you got to do as a receiver is what? Catch the damn ball.
That's what they pay you to do. We have plenty of those in our history. Yeah. Fast as hell, but can't catch the ball. So we have those.
Had a lot of those in our history.
Yeah, plenty. Like, jeez, he's open. Quarterback said, "Nah, I ain't gonna throw the ball because he's gonna drop it." Sure enough, he throwing the ball, he dropped it.
Yeah, like Ricky Dudley, perfect example.
Yeah, who's he? Ricky Dudley. I was at one of the games one time, and this was back in 98, 99. I think he was still on the team, and they threw him the ball. And while the ball was still in the air, I got up and said, "Fuck it, I'm going to get me a beer. I'll be back." I knew he was going to drop it. It wasn't even like. Then I turned and looked over my shoulder, and he's looking at his hands like that kid on the Little Giants. You ever watch the Little Giants where the kid goes, "Why can't you just catch the ball?"
Yeah, yelling at his hands.
Yeah.
Money check. Does anyone remember when we had Sam Adams, Grady Jackson, and Jerry Ball as defensive tackles? Yeah. Ball was good for us. Ball had some good years, man. Or some good.
Yeah. Sam Adams was. We had Ted Washington for 1 year too. Trace Armstrong was pretty good for us. He was a spot pass rusher. did some pretty good things. Reagan Upshaw.
But the problem is we had good defense, but man, our offense was horrible. That's pretty much what.
Well, that was.
We had good defense, decent defense, and shitty offense.
I don't know why you. I don't know why you bring up Hayward Bay. We know how bad his hands were. Guys, wide open. Wide open end zone. He was wide open end zone. Threw the ball to him, wide open. Thought he caught it, but he bounced it up. Tried to catch it again, bounce it up, and then third time just dropped it like two.
One of the worst set of hands that we had. I'm going to go way back is Dokie Williams.
But I'm saying that's when we should have.
Oh my God!
If we had Stickum still was legal in the league, Hayward may be a good receiver because that's the only thing you can do. Yeah, Stickum, he'll probably caught the ball. But
fuck yeah! And that's the other thing with Thornton. He's got the height to get those 50-50 shots.
Yep.
And he's got the speed. I mean, look at his time in Tennessee. Somebody's like, "Oh, he only had 25 catches." Look at his average per catch.
600 yards.
It was.
You got to go to the Oregon. You got to go to the Oregon tape, though.
Yeah, we had routes.
He was deadly at Oregon.
Yeah, he had a route tree. And one thing about what he does block downfield.
Yep. Yeah, he will block.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something we've been lacking for a while too, is wide receivers that want to block. Dante Adams wasn't. He would, but he wasn't that great at it.
Yeah, he was just.
Jacoby pitches in.
No, Jacoby blocks. Yeah, he blocks.
He pitches in.
Still trouble was sticking on his hand.
Later, Rebel. Thanks for checking in tonight, man.
Hey, Rebel.
See you, Rebel. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, and Matt Marinch was right too. James Jett, fast as hell, but man,
couldn't hold on to the ball.
He dropped more passes.
So, how many receivers are we gonna keep? What do you think?
That's a good question, man. There's so many receivers on this roster.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11.
I say 5 on the active, and then at least maybe a one goes to the practice squad.
Probably be 2 or 3 on the practice squad.
All right, fine. We'll put 2
because we use those practice squad wide receivers for scout team like tomorrow.
Well, after Betch and Malott, there's Colin Johnson, Shedrick Jackson, Ketron Jackson, Alex Bachman, Philip Dorsett, Seth Williams, and Kyle Phillips. That's the rest of the wide receivers.
Yeah.
So that's 7 guys right there.
Did you have Philip Dorsett on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Philip Dorsett. He's on there. He's fourth. He's fourth on the depth chart on the left side behind Dante Thornton.
Yeah, he's primarily a special teamer.
And then the other thing is I see us only carrying 4 running back. I think Collier and Dylan Lobby are odd men out.
Yeah. Here's where the catch is with how we set our lineup, our 53-man, or actually 46-man lineup on game day, and who we bring up is the fact that if we carry through, having Brock Bowers actually gives us the advantage. We can actually add an extra tight end to that lineup and have him play wide receiver if need be.
And we got.
And I'm talking as the attrition goes on as the season goes on. We're getting down into the season, and it's like, okay, instead of bringing a wide receiver up from the practice squad, we can actually put our 4th tight end on the 53-man, and then use Brock Bowers in 11 and 12 personnel as a wide receiver, not necessarily because this Ian Williams kid he's been balling out in practice. So that, from what I understand, he's going to make us forget Harrison Bryant. Yeah, Thomas. Yeah. Ian Thomas.
He's number 3 right now. We got 7 tight ends. So we got Brock, we got Maya, we got Thomas, then we got Ishmael, Shorter, Carter Runyon, and Pat Conroy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just going with
And
four on that one. So.
I just say with Brock Bowers, he gives us that flexibility on our lineup, how we set our lineups and our roster.
I mean,
I'm not saying the overall 53-man roster, but I'm talking game day and as attrition as we go down. Let's say Jacoby goes down with an injury, and then our fourth wide receiver, he goes down with an injury. We can kick Brock Bowers out to receiver. He can play the X and the Y, and then we bring our fourth tight end. So we still have 3 tight ends to match what our 13 personnel is, because we're going to need to run some 13 personnel. And excuse me. In our second and third and short sets.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing about Brock Bowers is he's not the number one wide receiver, but he's definitely our number one option. There's no two ways.
He's our number one threat. He's going to be number one weapon.
He should be the first read, because he's definitely the more viable threat out of anybody.
And it's number one weapon. And I've said this in the past, and I'm going to say it again. So if anybody in the chat hasn't heard it come from me, and this is just me, and we all have our own opinions, right? But Brock Bowers, what do we need a number one wide receiver? Do we need that diva, gold chain wearing, does all the fancy moves after scoring a touchdown type wide receiver that wants all the money? I'm talking to guys like Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. Do we need one of those with Brock Bowers?
My opinion on that, if we do have one of those, it's a luxury. It's not necessarily a need.
It's not a necessity, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I'll say the same thing. We don't have to have one of those type of guys. We don't need that, because according to what they're saying about Thornton and everything else, like, we don't need a prima donna back in the nation again. No more of those. We're done with that.
We don't need it. Now, if we draft one next year, I'm looking way ahead. I know we're getting ready. We're starting the 2025 season, but in the future, if we can draft one,
do a mock draft. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'll take Dylan Gabriel in the 5th round. But if for some reason next year one of those guys, one of those stud wide receivers falls to us in the draft, best player available, he's there. It's a no-brainer. You take him, type guy, and we plug him in, and he becomes our number one or our number one wide receiver. That's fine, but it's still Brock Bowers. The plays go through him. And I say that because I'm going to equate this. There's a couple teams in the NFL, particular one in our division, Kansas City Chiefs. Can anybody name their number one wide receiver?
Is that a question?
Can anybody name the number one wide receiver for Kansas City?
That's not named Kelsey?
That's not named Kelsey.
What's
the primary target? He's the numero uno. When the play is called, he is the numero uno every time. He's going to get 15 looks, 15 to 20.
Close I can think of was Worthy. That's the only one I can think of.
I was going to say Xavier, but I couldn't remember.
That's close.
But Xavier Worthy is what? What kind of receiver is he?
He's a speedster.
Is he a clutch? Is he a guy that I'm going to throw a 4-yard out to get a first down?
No.
Probably not. No. That's the type of guy, when you start looking at your number one wide receivers, they have the whole spectrum of when they're going to get the ball thrown to them and how they're going to catch the ball and how they're going to dictate how the coverages are on every set. Xavier Worthy, deep threat. That guy, he's a cooker. There is no doubt about it. And mid-range too. He's really good with his mid-range routes. But the number one threat, the number one weapon for the Kansas City Chiefs is Travis Kelce. Everything goes through him. I guarantee you.
Yeah. Well, it was like that even when Cheetah was there. So that's the way the offense is designed. He's always like the number one threat, even when they had Tyreek Hill there.
New England was the same way when they had Gronk. Gronk was the number one option there.
Yep,
always was.
Yeah. Buffalo right now.
Buffalo number one wide receivers went that year when they had Randy Moss. To be honest with you,
that's the way the offense is designed.
Yeah.
So and it's just how you take what the person when you have a tight end, especially like with Gronk and Kelsey and Kittle, and you start talking about tight ends like that are so versatile, in their route trees and how they get open, things like that. kind of takes away. We don't really need those superstars on the outside.
But
the
you
look
gotta
at me kind of guys, you know.
But you gotta look at it though. You gotta look at what's going on. You know, they didn't feel like I said. They didn't feel they look at tape, they look at film, and all the stuff we did last year. Of course, Brock Bowers was really the only option besides Jacoby Myers that we had. They still gonna defend Brock. They gonna put some people on the double team. They gonna do all that stuff.
Right.
So you need that receiver to open up for him, so they can't double team him or double team. I don't think they'll double team Jacoby Myers, but they can't double team Brock and take completely out the game.
Nope.
So he goes still. We don't need a diva, like I said, a prima donna wide receiver. We do need a receiver too. Like, okay, you're not gonna watch me. I'm gonna go down the field and get a touchdown. So we still need that type of receiver. Hope Thornton will turn out to be that receiver.
Yeah.
You know what? Because I know I look at Chip Kelly's offense. I looked at a lot of his offenses stuff, especially with Oregon.
Yeah.
There is no number one, number two receiver. Not his option, not his offense. Like, who's number one? Well, it doesn't matter because they all do different things. So he'll put this receiver because he does this better. Take it out, put another receiver because he does that better. Depends on his play calling. So on paper, put that if you want. But actually, the way Chick runs offense, he didn't have all that number one receiver. He had probably a receiver that caught more catches and more yards, but he had a number one, number two. It really doesn't matter because we got a lot of weapons now. And who's to say that? Let's see. Who will say Alex Bachman getting there, man, get more yards than anybody else?
Yeah,
more catches. Who's to say?
All we need at the wide receiver position is we need somebody that's going to go out there, put their helmet on, and heat the defense up. They just got to heat them up. That's all they got to do. Get them nice and soft and warmed up for us. Thornton is a good example of that. I'm not expecting him to come out and be rookie of the year or have 90 catches in his rookie year. If he comes out, he gets 30, 40 catches, and every one of his catches does something to where that defensive coordinator up in the booth goes, okay, we can't run that. We can't run that formation. We can't have that set again. We can't play that defense again.
Well, yeah, but last year, Tennessee, he only had 25 receptions for 660 yards. So he had to catch 30 or 40. If he can catch a catch and get like 20 yards a catch, that's going to open a lot of eyes up on that defense. Like,
and that's what I was saying earlier. Look at his average yards per catch was ridiculous.
25.
You know?
And Jacoby is an 80 catch wide receiver.
Oh,
he can get that 80 catch to 100, 80 to 100 receptions. He's that wide receiver that could do that.
He probably won't get that many touches this year, though.
And then we don't know about Betch as well. You know, how is he going to progress at the NFL level? I know if you look at his numbers on paper, they're not eye popping. But if you watch the plays in themselves, he's making plays. You know, So that's the key.
Sometimes those yards per catch, yards and catches, are deceptive. It's like how many yards you get is when you make those catches. Yeah. You know, when it's third down and 4. That's the catch more important than getting a 10-yard, a 9-yard catch. It's when you make those catches. You know, how many times you get in there? That's Beck. That's Beck. Did he catch the ball when it counts? When we need it. Third down and 5. Well, we need a first down. This is Beck. Boom. First down.
Do you know who that is, Jason?
What's that?
Do you know that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I have friends too, besides just you two.
We're friends?
Really? I didn't think you did.
I didn't think we were friends. I thought
it was just Chris and I, your mom and your wife. That was it.
Yeah, well.
I'll
trade Sal. I'll trade Sal for my wife. He's good looking.
I don't want to know nothing.
He's one of these guys now.
What's up, on 6? What's up, brother? How you doing? He goes, question for the panels. Josh Jacobs, rookie year, 1,150 yards and 7 TDs. Over or under for Genti? I'm going over.
Over what?
What do you mean over what?
The yards or touchdowns?
Over and under for 1,150 yards and 7 TDs, which is what Josh Jacobs
over. I'm sorry to hear that TD part.
So are you the type of guy we got to explain the jokes to?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Yeah,
We'll
so
write him
it's-
down. Give it to him, man. Poor Chris, man.
It was no Raider, Paul. Yeah, man.
So you're both saying over?
I'm going over. Yeah, not by a whole lot, but I'm going over.
I'm going over.
I want anywhere from 1,200 plus on him. Easily.
I want more touchdowns than 7. That's what I
Well,
want.
that's just good too. I'll tell you, you know who I really want touchdowns from this year, and I think we're going to get it based on how this offense is probably going to be set up more than likely, is
Brock
Bowers.
Bowers.
Bowers needs more touchdowns. We'll be in the red zone. That was the problem last year, which is why he didn't get as many touchdowns as we had hoped, because we weren't in the red zone like we should have been. So 4 touchdowns for the guy that had the stats that he had in the season he had was lame. 4 touchdowns with that number of catches and yardage, and he only gets 4. He should be 10 plus easily this year. Easily.
Yeah, but don't forget Moses is a touchdown machine too.
Every time in the red zone, either the Getsy, we had a stupid call, then we get kicked out the red zone, or we get in the red zone and 3 and out, then we got to kick a field goal. So I think we get in the red zone, it's going to be a lot more options to go from. Brock Bowers is the main one. Thornton, because he's tall, and a few other guys. So I think in the red zone, we're going to score, not just field goals.
So Jason Marshall says over and over on both, over on yardage, over on touchdowns. Matt says Bowers will help Geno's red zone percentage. Oh, without a doubt.
Absolutely.
He's too big of a threat to not be involved and to not help out. Go ahead.
Be real careful with that, though, because Geno is one of the worst red zone quarterbacks, statistically on paper.
That was last year.
Well, that's his last 3 years combined.
Okay,
he had a QBR total QBR in the red zone of like 45.
And not for nothing. Last I checked, he had some damn good wide receivers there too. So
yeah, he had an offensive line.
I don't think he.
What equates to the bad percentage? Bad throws, bad offensive line. It's not lack of running game, because they had a running game
last year.
For the last couple of years, they've had a running game.
Well, last year the running backs were hurt. That guy
they had running backs is what I'm getting at. They didn't have bums like we had last year. With average. They got
offensive line's going to be a key part in the red zone.
Oh yeah,
and you know what? The other thing I agree with Matt. I was going to say the same thing. And he didn't have a tight end, and he definitely didn't have a tight end like Bowers.
Then they had that guy Fant, whatever his name was.
They had Noah Fant.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that haven't had a tight end.
They got from Denver with the Russell Wilson trade.
Yeah,
I think he's hurt too.
Yeah, so I mean, Noah Fant was a decent tight end.
He wasn't Rob Bowers.
Travis Kelce.
Definitely not.
Ain't no Mark Andrews. Laporta. He's not that style of tight end. Those are guys that anybody would love to have on their team. Even Kelce in his advanced age in that position now, teams would still love to have him because he's a legit threat and actually can line up as a decoy, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't going to be trading no Brock Bowers for no Russell Wilson either.
No.
That ain't happening.
Yeah, and that's been our Achilles. That and just we still can't come out of bye week successful. I'm sorry. It seems like when we have extended time period to prepare for a game, we always blow it. It's just that's why that Jacksonville game is like, ugh. Right? Is it Jacksonville or Tennessee that's after that? I think it's
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville after the bye week.
I'll still say Tennessee gonna do something to us.
Yeah.
Nah.
So this Thursday,
it's one of those games. It's like one of those games we should win. Somehow we lose at the end. Type feeling,
Yep. So Chris and I, we brought it up last night. This past Thursday was the last weekend without football. This weekend started on Thursday, basically, NFL weekend. So going forward from here on out, there'll be football on the weekend until February after the Super Bowl's over. So it's here. It's here, ladies and gentlemen. The season is officially in full swing right now, with training camp started in the last week for most teams. First preseason game is Thursday night, the Hall of Fame game. So Thursday night, first game. Hall of Fame induction ceremony is on Saturday. Eric Allen gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. I don't know who's introducing him. I asked JT on his show the other day, and I don't think he saw the comment. I don't know if it's him because I know he's got a pretty damn good relationship with him. I'm curious to see who it is. But I don't think he's going in as a Raider. He'll probably go in as an Eagle, which makes sense. I don't blame him for it. I mean, that's the team he spent the most time with. That's where he did a majority of his damage was with them.
What do you have? Three Pro Bowls with the Eagles, something like that.
Something like that. I'm not sure. So this is it. Games start on first game's Thursday, and then the following week everybody else starts playing. So it's going to be exciting now. We'll see what happens this week with training camp. And Matt says we haven't had a. Why did that go away?
Yeah,
we haven't had a coach like. Yeah. What do we do it at the same time?
The exact same time. I'm like, what?
We haven't had a coach like Pete and an offensive coordinator like Chip Kelly in a long time. They will prepare and adjust accordingly. And I think the other thing is not only just prepare and adjust accordingly, meaning halftime adjustments.
There you go.
That's where it's going to pay off. Because if we're down and something's just not looking right, I have more confidence coming out of a halftime with these two running the show. And don't forget, Patrick Graham's been with us for a while, so he's already been here, done that type of thing with us. So he's got extreme familiarity with a lot of the guys that are still on the defense. I have more confidence coming out of a halftime. What do you guys? You feel the same?
Yeah, because AP did not make no halftime adjustments last year. We was up. We've been up a lot of times at halftime. Come back, we get destroyed in the second half.
Halftime adjustments. He couldn't control the clock.
Yeah, and then McDummy didn't change anything. His philosophy was do it my way, and that's the way you're gonna do it. It worked. It still worked. It will. It works. It will work. He didn't make no adjustments. Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly, of course, Patrick Graham. They're gonna see what offense is doing, and they're gonna adjust to that. Whether we losing at halftime or we winning at halftime.
Yep.
Well, last year, our problem last year was once we ran out of our scripted plays, we were pretty much done.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that happened because we were always like 3 and out. So I don't know how we ran through all that.
Because we only had two scripted plays.
Sustained drive.
We only had
after 5 3 and outs, we're done with the scripted plays.
No, we only had two. We had two scripted plays: run, pass.
That's when they get in the huddle and they're pointing the blades of grass on the field in the huddle, going, "All right, see that mark right there? That's you. You're gonna run here and do this. Then you're gonna run here and do that." Like old schoolyard thing.
Like we do there.
No, I want to be the bottle cap.
But the scripted play last year, the scripted plays, there was about a handful of games, if not a few more, where if we did get the ball first, we actually moved the ball. I mean, the Pittsburgh game, we went down, we just ran it right down their throat, touchdown, and it was 7-0 before you knew it. And I was like, all right, well, game's over. So we ran all the plays that we had.
The difference I see between McDumdum and like Pete Carroll and AP is McDaniels was more of he comes in the room and lets you know he's in charge. Like, I'm in charge. This is my team. We're doing it my way, blah, 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 blah. AP was he let the inmates run the asylum is pretty much the feeling I got from that. He never really fully had control of that team. Pete Carroll has come in and led by he's letting his past talk for him. And he's showing that he's leading. He's showing that, it's a different atmosphere, basically. He's not coming in and saying, I'm in charge. This is the way we're doing it. He's coming in saying, listen, I'm the head coach. This is what we're going to do. Everybody get on the same page and we'll be just fine. He's got like this harmonious thing to him, basically. I don't know he's just got this persona where he seems to feel like he puts everybody at ease.
He doesn't draw a line in the sand.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
he doesn't draw that line.
He'll do it with certain players that are fucking up. like the Wilkins thing.
Well,
That's a perfect example.
As long as they know where he's coming from, he doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to draw a line in the sand. It's like these are our expectations. This is what we're going to do. Okay. But at the same time, when the players come off the field, he's going to be asking questions. What did you see? What did you think? Why did that happen? Okay, I understand, but let's stick to this concept now, and then we'll see if your adjustment can correlate in that play.
But see,
That's what I mean.
Pete Carroll didn't come in like McDummy did, demanding respect. McDummy came in there demanding respect. Like Judge said, I'm the head coach. I'm the boss. Respect me. Pete Carroll didn't come in like that.
Yeah.
He also didn't come in and be your best friend either. He said, I'm the head coach. This is how we're going to do it. And that's it. And like you said, the calming presence. He's like I said, he's like that. That little kid, you going to grandpa's house that's like 200 miles away. And they say, hey guys, we're going to grandpa's this weekend. You guys are jumping for joy because going to grandpa's house means like, fun, great. That's what he feels like. Like one of those guys. Gotta have fun with grandpa.
Yeah. And I just hope Chip Kelly, because Chip Kelly can be a little micromanager, I guess you can call it. If he leans back on it, I kind of saw that at Ohio State. He wasn't as much of a micromanager as he was in years past, like when he was with the Eagles and the 49ers.
I think he did. I think he did learn his lesson. Last week, he said, "I learned my lesson." No, you didn't learn shit. I think he did. He saw that, and Chip Kelly wanted to be a head coach in the NFL eventually one of these days. So
Chris, I listened to him after he left UCLA and went to, because he was a head coach at UCLA, left to be an offensive coordinator at Ohio State, right? And one of the things that he talked about, he said it was really refreshing to push that head coach stuff away and just focus on what I'm good at and what I love. And it was a conversation that he had with his wife. Even his wife was like, "You seem happier than when you were a head coach." And that was his explanation. He said, "I only have to focus on one thing. I just ride my ship. I don't have to control all the other boats in the fleet. It's just my ship."
Yeah, you only have to wear one jacket. The head coach got to wear many jackets. They got offense, defense, special teams, player personnel.
Practice schedule. Player personnel, practice schedule, travel assignments. They also play a part in the travel assignments when it's time to travel.
They got assistants to help him do that, but he's responsible for all of that. Chip Kelly's only responsible for the offense. That's it. That's all.
Quarterback meeting. Often offensive meeting. That's all he has to do. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have to go to the defensive meetings. He doesn't have to go to the secondary meetings. He doesn't have to go to the special teams meetings. Although Pete Carroll does like his coaches to move around, and because when you're the offensive coordinator, some of your offensive players are going to be in the special teams meeting. So go over there and see what's kind of cooking in that room.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. But the key word was, they don't have to be in there, but I'm sure they go in there.
Given what Matt says here about Telesco letting Jacobs walk and force Minshew on AP, here's my take on this real quick. Yep. I think Telesco thought that he was going to be a hero by saving us a ton of money by not re-signing Jacobs and letting him go, because he thought he had the next best thing with Zamir White, and by focusing on Zamir White being the number one back, based on how he finished off the season in 2023. But what he did was, when he brought in Minshew, he spent basically the same amount of money we would have done for Jacobs with Minshew. So I don't know what he expected to get from Minshew. I think he was expecting to get the guy that was that played in Indy the year before. But again, you got to remember, when he was in Indianapolis, he had an offensive line.
Running back.
He had a better coach. He had he had one of the better running backs in the league in Jonathan Taylor. So that right there alone is a huge load off your shoulders as a quarterback when you've got a legit threat at running back.
And they had an easier schedule.
And they had good receivers.
And he had a decent offensive line. He didn't have any of that when he came here. And that's part of the reason why Minshew was a bust, because the running game disappeared. Zamir, I don't know what the hell happened to him from the end of the season of 2023 to the start of 2024, it was horrible. So he didn't have that. He had a fucked up offensive line. You had a wide receiver that really didn't want to be here, and that was your number one guy. It was horrible. Yeah. And that's the other thing, Matt. Matt said he had a quality offensive coordinator. Absolutely. He didn't have Getsy was horrible, man. It was just disgusting. I don't get why. And it's not like Jacobs didn't want to be here. Jacobs wanted him to stay here.
He was in the parking lot with Max waiting to see what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
If he didn't want to be here, he wouldn't sit in the park. He'd been doing something else.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that definitely was not the issue of him not wanting to be here.
No, he wanted to be here. He was waiting in the parking lot, waiting for the news. Nope.
Jason Marshall might not be far off on that either. But I don't know. Patrick Graham still interviews for head coaching jobs.
Yeah,
Will he work out as a head coach? Remains to be seen. He hasn't had that opportunity. Bueno says AP doomed himself the moment he let Telesco name Minshew off starter. Yeah, he let Telesco. Yeah. Well, that's what kills me is halfway through the season when McDumdum gets fired, AP takes over. What's the first thing AP does? I'm starting my guy at quarterback.
AOC. I'm sorry,
he put AOC 12 in at quarterback, or AOC 4 at that time, in at quarterback, and the rest of the season was okay. Like you could see a difference in the team. And then the next season comes off season, we grab Minshew, and then it just all goes to shit. He didn't get a chance to stick with his guy.
Well, Jeff, you sat there and watched the press on both of them. The first one, when he said Minshew's going to start, we're going to get to a fast start. Yeah, he wasn't happy. He said body language. He wasn't happy about it. But then soon Minshew got hurt. Then AOC was, I think, the starting quarterback. We got our guy back. AOC's going to start. He was all like, yeah. So
it's like that first announcement. It's like that first announcement. He might as well just read off saying, I'm only saying this so I don't get fined by the ownership. That's what it seemed like. Oh, I almost had that son of a bitch.
Exactly. What happened?
Let's see. Everyone seen what happens when you let Telesco have say on anything. You get a head coach that gets fired after getting blown out by a division rival. Yeah. Telesco looked like Einstein compared to Mayock and Ziegler. Yeah, he did actually. I will give you that. He had a good draft.
He has good drafts.
I mean, got his Brock Bowers. I mean, how pissed can you be? You got him that. He got his that. He got his JPJ. He got his 3 starters in the first 3 picks. Boom, boom, boom. How can you go wrong with that?
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a yes man as a head coach, yeah. Oh, I will die on the lineman hill for sure, man. Yeah, if your offensive line is horrible, you don't. Again, every head coach will say it. They say it all the time. Pete Carroll said it yesterday. It starts in the trenches.
Starts in the trenches.
That's where it starts. If you don't have blocking and you don't have guys on the defensive side messing up the blocking on the other side, then it's all for nothing because that's it. It's over. Game over. If you don't have an offensive line that can block for your quarterback and your running back to give them time to let the play develop, game's over. You're fucked.
Yep.
So, with that being said, final thoughts? You about ready to get out of here? We're an hour and 45 minutes in.
No, I gotta stay. I don't feel like celebrating my wife's birthday, man. She maybe do some things I don't want to do.
Yeah, well, if she's watching,
all right, we're done with that conversation already. Hey, Chris, if you want it out, I got a couple of tickets to a Coldplay. If you want to take somebody with you.
No, I don't want to get fired.
Oh, I ain't going with them.
I don't want to get fired, man. No, that's fine.
Well, at least you'll have an excuse with Chris. You can say he dropped his cane, so I'm holding him up.
Yeah. Okay.
There it is.
Chris will never be the same after that romance.
I'm gonna be saying
my final thoughts are
Yeah, go for it.
Because the good thing is that it's not final. It's just my thoughts. And my thoughts are going forward. In the next couple of weeks, it's going to be a lot of unknowns, guessing, because as you guys can tell, this regime keeps a lot of stuff in house. I mean, they throw nuggets. You got to find those nuggets. Remember, guys, look for the nuggets in the press conferences, when things are said. But for the most part, I'm excited. I'm juiced. But us as longtime Raider fans, especially over the last 22 years, we get juiced every year this time of year. And it's like, man, I just get me to September, kick the damn ball off. Let's see what we got.
Well, as far as being juiced, I wasn't juiced when they brought in dumbass in there. I was not.
I wasn't either.
But other than AP, I was very hyped up. This year, I'm not as hyped as I am. I'm more like, can't wait to see what happens. I'm not going to jump up and down off the couch until we play our first game, and see what it looks like. I think it's going to look way better than it has looked in the past few years.
Yeah.
Like you said, Pete Carroll and his organization right now, they're keeping a tight lip on things that's going inside the organization. Unlike AP, getting on Twitter or whatever and start putting stuff out there, they're not doing that. As far as like sending a message to the players, like if you want to compete, yeah. If you don't, there's a door. So I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. We got I don't know who said that in the comment. We finally got an OC, finally, a good one. And we got a head coach, a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And so only thing can happen now is we go back up the hill like we're supposed to be. We're on top of that damn hill we should have been years ago. That's my final thoughts. We can't wait. Let's get it started.
I have 1999 vibes. I really do. The 1999 vibes. When we went into that season, we were 8-8. But you can actually see the makings of a team.
That was Gruden's first year, right?
That was his second year.
Second year.
I want to say maybe his third, because remember he went 8-8 his first 2 years, and we were 8-8 in 1999. So he went 8-8 in the first 2 years, and the grumblings were going into that Kansas City game because we were 7-8 going into that Kansas City game on New Year's Day. That if we would have lost that game, Gruden probably would have got fired. And when you saw that team play that game and how every play meant something to those guys, and it's like, okay, we're building something now. We're building something here. So Gannon, that was towards the end of that season, you could really see Gannon take hold and start to become relevant. More so than what he was in Minnesota and Kansas City and Washington. So my final thoughts are let's go, boys. Let's get the pads on. Let's hear some clanking, some clapping.
So guys, you're so right about that.
So my final thoughts on everything Raiders, I can't wait for the first day with the pads. And then, like I said, We'll know then, separating the men from the boys. Let's see what happens. Let's see when Genty takes his first hit. Let's see when these rookies get hit for the first time. Let's see what this offensive line's got. How well are they going to stop Max and his crew? Let's see. That's my final thoughts on tonight's show. Chris, you got anything coming up? I know you got a show tomorrow, right?
Got a show with Raider Nation, Jason. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. At 10 p.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow morning. Check us out. Then I got the show with you Monday at 8:45 a.m. Pacific time.
Yes, sir. So Monday morning.
Rename that show on Sunday mornings. Coffee with the Convicts.
Well, if you're with the convicts,
why would we do that? Well, we're not convicts.
So those of you that follow Chris and I on our numerous shows that we do together, we started a new one. Starts Monday. This is our second Monday doing it.
Third
Monday.
Third one.
It's Raiders Monday morning quarterback, so it'll be this Monday morning. Like he said, 8:45 Pacific, 11:45 a.m. Eastern time. So check us out, and we'll see you Monday morning. Jason, you got anything you got going on? Or
No, glad to be with you guys on a Saturday night.
no?
Everybody in the chat, grab that link, send it to your friends, hit them like buttons, the subscription buttons, get them out to your friends. I spent about a half hour today going through my contact list, sending it out, getting it out there. Oh, I know I did it in the past. Well, this is before you let me on, but about 3-4 months ago, I was talking you up. I don't know why, but I was talking you up. This is when it comes to Raider content and having a good, hearty, hungry, tasty conversation about the Raiders. This channel right here is really good. There's other content creators. I love them. I'm still going to be part of their team as well. But in the meantime, during the week, look out for me in the chat. You guys obviously have seen me in the chat quite a bit.
Hey, did you get that? Did you get that NDA I sent you?
Jason? What?
That NDA. Did you get it?
Non-disclosure agreement?
Yeah.
Yeah, but my lawyer said it ain't worth shit, dude.
Well,
you need to sign it.
Nah.
Regardless.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't need an NDA.
So Chris is the HR department of this company, huh?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, so Cal, I got one. There's still 2 others flying around the bastards. They're probably running away now, knowing that I got one of their buddies.
I said, "Oh shit, they got Jim. Oh shit, let's go."
Oh, it just fucking flew by my face. I'll get them, bastards. Now, Jason, I thank you for accepting the invitation to join us on Saturday nights. It's been a pleasure having you on here with us. Yes. I look forward to some outstanding shows going forward. It's going to be great once the season gets rolling. We really start getting in depth on, talking about because this show is going to be a pregame show. Hence the name Last Call. It's going to be one of the last podcasts before a Sunday football game. For the exception of the show Chris does on Sundays. You guys are going to change the time on that for Sundays? Because
we're going to start about an hour early. It's going to be like an hour show. You'll start an hour early just to get
about that. You guys start at 1 o'clock my time. Games start over.
The game's already on. I already told Jason that. So we can't start when the games are because nobody going to watch it. They're going to watch the game.
Yeah, everybody's watching the game.
Yeah, regardless Raiders are playing or not, they're going to watch football. So it's going to be like an hour before. Just a little pregame thing. So
especially the first two out of the first 3 games of the season are 1 o'clock start. Well, 10 change for you guys.
Yeah.
So that makes a big difference.
Then the second game's a Monday night game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we got to change our Monday show.
I'm really looking forward to what we're going to accomplish as the 3 of us going into the season. So this is going to be fun. So once the season's after our first preseason game, this show will be a recap of the preseason game, and then talking about the next game coming up. So we'll get some warm ups in before the regular. We'll get our preseason warm ups in game time stuff before the season.
Last game preseason on a Saturday. The last one, the last preseason game's on a Saturday.
Nah.
So
it depends on when they show it though too, because I know NFL Network shows every preseason game, but in our case, it could be on like 3 o'clock in the morning my time.
Yeah.
I'll have to catch it.
I think where Chris lives though, his television network, they're going to be showing all 3 preseason games will be showing his market. Our market, we'll probably get the 49er game.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Market, but I have. I'll be watching. Needless to say, I'll be watching the game anyways. I have a way to do it, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, because Channel 5 out here is going to show all the pieces of the game live. They used to launch a while back. They brought it back this year. I said, well, thank God. Nobody wants to see the Rams and the Chargers. Get out of here.
Yeah.
They're going to do that in the regular season, too, where we're at here in the Central Valley. And it pisses me off to no end because they know our television stations know this is a Raiders-Niners market.
It
But
is.
just to piss off the Raiders, like they don't care because they don't give a shit. They just show the whatever regional broadcast game that they want to show, they show it.
Uh-huh.
And so, like last year, I think we only had 2 games broadcast from our TV network here in Sacramento. The rest is either a nationally televised game, but I also had a nice little setup where I could watch it, so it didn't matter to me.
What's up, All Eyes? You're just in time. We're closing it out. We've been on for just about 2 hours. Sorry, brother. So Monday morning, Chris and I again, and then Tuesday night I'll be on with the Notorious Podcast, which is 4 chapter presidents of the Black Hole. It's myself, Leo Cheetolinas, Will from the Denver, Colorado Black Hole chapter, and James from the military Black Hole chapter. So tune in. That's 9 o'clock start East Coast time, 6 o'clock Pacific, or maybe it's 10.
Forgot.
Oh, it's 10. Sorry, 10 Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. What's up?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Jason, not Jason, Jason and Chewy and I have a show Tuesday. I think it's about 30 minutes before you guys start. It's called Cover 3 Show. So check that out too as well. And Chewy's starting to come up now, so we'll help Chewy out.
Yeah, good for him, man. That's awesome.
Chewy's our young blood. We got to get him. We got to get him some wins.
Yeah, because he came in with Jamarcus Russell, so we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kid's starving to root for a winning team.
Why is somebody coming when we get ready to leave? I don't get this.
I know, right? Where's the flag? What's up, brother? Yeah, we're done for the night, guys. I'm sorry.
We hit the likes on the way out. Hit the likes though on your way out.
Yeah,
hit the like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, so it's important.
Yeah, that way we know where we are.
Make sure you do both Chris and Jeff, because I notice mine. I'm getting, even though I have both, for some reason Chris's pops up first on my alert panel,
which is fine because that means he's hitting the algorithm, which is what he wants. That's what he needs. So that works out. We're good.
But you got to take care of your elders first, man. That's the general rule.
Yeah, you help out the old and ugly first, and then you come after the
old and ugly.
The old and ugly, young and better looking.
I don't think that works out that way.
Probably doesn't. All right, everybody. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend. Tune in tomorrow morning to watch Chris with Raider Nation Jason, and Chewy's on with you too, right?
No, he's on Tuesday nights with us.
Jason. So tune in tomorrow morning. Chris and I will see you all Monday morning. And until next time, everybody stay safe and go Raiders.
Go Raiders.